Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to Midnight Raceway Park. I'm Steve, and this week's tournament is, without saying, the fastest the fastest fleet of cars I've had for a tournament to date. They were chosen specifically for their speed. We saw that on the drag strip with their time trials. So just a heads up, there's some not great video quality in round one. There are some sections that were a little bit blurry for my liking, and the filming of the straightaway, I had the wrong setting on the camera, and I wasn't going to go back and reshoot the whole thing. But it gets better in round two, and then the semifinals and the finals. So I'm going to let that play out, and I'll see you on the flip side. Oh, there we go. Maserati is this week's champion, driven by Demon Preacher. Congratulations to Demon Preacher. Also, shout out to those who made it to the semis. Vatical drove the runner-up Buick, and the other two in the semifinals were Goliath Dave driving the Ford, and Dog Squab Racing driving the Mercedes. So I don't think it was the most exciting race that I've posted, but it was very interesting to watch how the cars that were really speed demons on the drag strip were not able to move on to the later rounds. Aside from the Buick, the only other car in the top 10 to make it to the semifinals was the Ford, which was the 10th fastest car. So none of those top speeders were able to make it to the semifinals. And I'm not going to say that it's 100% that they couldn't handle the curves, but I'm sure that, dealing with the curves did affect their ability to perform well. A couple comments on the filming. So I'm still trying to, fine-tune where I want this filming to end up. I was not happy with the finish line. I think I'm going to go back to the up-close angle of that final camera. I do have, another thing I wanted to throw out to you guys is I did at times slow down the speed of the cars through the filming. So through editing, I was able to slow down, especially on the curve that's leading to the final straightaway. That was and the final straightaway as well. Those were also slowed down considerably. So it wasn't realistic because I intentionally edited it so they would come slower, so they were more. So the viewing was easier, I guess. I'm not sure what you guys thought about that. If I should go back to just having it at regular speed, with the exception of the finish line. But I thought it came out pretty well, and I didn't sacrifice too much time. I'm still trying to shorten these up as much as I can, and I know I have a lot of still images that are on the screen for like 5 seconds at a time, and if you think that there are any that are either not necessary or could be shortened, obviously you can always pause it while watching the video if you wanted to see something longer. But it's something that I'm really struggling with, about where to kind of cut time and shorten things up a little bit. But with that said, I don't have any more comments. I certainly hope you enjoyed this. Another big shout out to Demon Preacher. I'll be in touch with you to see if you want one of the mystery models. But until the next race, and I guess I should mention this now, I'm going to take a week or two off. I have some stuff that I have to work on outside of this hobby, but also I want to move and make some modifications to my road course, so that's going to take a little bit of time. So I'll post a comment in YouTube about when I'm going to have my next race up. It won't be more than a week or two delay, but I'll make sure to post that. And the next race will go back to just YouTube. I don't know, maybe I'll alternate back and forth between just YouTube exclusive and then just Redline Derby exclusive. Again, always want to hear your thoughts, want to hear your input. I take all of your suggestions to heart. And again, this is just me, my channel on YouTube. So if you like this stuff, I really hope that you like the videos and eventually subscribe if you haven't already. That will help with my channel a whole lot. So until the next race, take care of yourselves.